Oh, great. It's one of those games, King. It's one of those. It's not one of those. Why don't you keep your judgments to yourself, okay? This looks like a typical trash MMO browser game. It's not, okay? It's still not great, but at least it's different, and different is all I care about when it comes to this genre. This genre of browser-based whatever. So, what is going on in this game? So you have this typical screen where you have like the kingdom, and then you have the 10,000 UI elements, and you have this little hub. This is where it gets a little bit interesting, right? So if you've ever played, what was it called? Generation of Chaos for the PSP. If you've ever played that game, this is actually pretty similar to that. So you're building up your army, right? You're going into these combat situations, and then you're having your force, your army, duke it out with another army, right? I think that's really cool, even if it does have the typical, like, oh, 3 stars for this level, woo! And you know, like, not great production quality across the board, but then they just that one thing of like, oh, your army is gonna duke it out in this huge battlefield. It's just different and interesting enough to make me actually want to check out more of this. I mean, sort of. I mean, if I want to play Generation of Chaos, I'd go play that, which is a lot better of a game. But this isn't bad. I actually rather liked it. Okay, so ignoring, like, why is the text not in the center of the dang box? And that goes on throughout the entire time that I played it. So you have that typical, you're gonna, use some kind of currency to draw into, a unit, basically. Then you're gonna use that unit and add it to a 3x3 grid composed of your army. And there's this nonsensical story going on in the background with terrible, garbage dialogue. It's like random words and phrases that make no sense. I don't get it. Like, what were they thinking? Like, is this a game from a different language? It doesn't seem like it. I do like the art style though. It's nice. It's like it's noticeably not like Japanese or Korean or Chinese. It's also not like an American style. If I had to guess, I'd say maybe this game is made in French, or maybe made made in French. No, made in France, but with the French language. And then they did the translation. The translation doesn't make sense then. I don't know. So you're going through and you're conquering all these things. You're gathering, some loots. You're going through the story. You're gathering some items. You equip the items on your characters, like you saw there. But, it doesn't really do much. You have this weird, like, word art and animation, titles, which is weird. But see, like, that's cool. I liked that little special effect there from equipping that weapon goes off. And it's not the best, but it's something. It at least has a spark of being interesting and doing something different. Even if this is something that's been done before, I don't recall ever seeing it before. In this kind of setting. Like I said, again, Generation Chaos. Look it up. It's pretty good. And it has these, like, huge battle scenarios with lots of, fighting going on. And this kind of does the same thing. I just wish, like the story went nowhere. It went nowhere. It was just getting to the interesting part.
Yes, my lord.
Like, that's so weird to me. How hard can it be to come up with, like, a half-coherent story? Damn. Take care of your majesty. That's so bad. Oh, man. And, like their king, the person that was groomed from birth to be a leader says stuff like damn and awesome instead of, like, I don't know, kill them all. Wait, what? Why did the king say, your majesty, we are surrounded? What? Do it backwards. What? Yeah, this game. So yeah, don't worry. I know, like, I should stop expecting the story to be anything worth a damn, but it's, like, especially bad here. And I'm thinking it's because of translation errors and, like, people who just don't care about the translation and the story making sense. And hoping that their gameplay is enough to carry it. It's not, but like I said, I value, like, just being unique and interesting so much more than production quality. And this is where one of those instances where I would rate this game higher than a than like an Autopath game that has a very high production quality over this is low production quality, but you know, something interesting. I would rate this game higher, basically. Even if I don't actually do it through number, in my mind, it is. But that's pretty much all there is to say about this game. There's not a whole lot going on. Like I said, the story is non-existent. The sound design is, again, like I've said before, just mediocre. But I never expect anything more than that. Some games have pretty cool or pretty good soundtracks. They usually license out, but otherwise, like, actually a lot of the games don't even have sound effects or voiceover work or anything like that. And whenever they do, like, what was that game called that we covered pretty recently? Damn, what was it called? Hero Wars. Hero Wars had fantastic sound design, and I particularly noted it. But usually it's pretty mediocre. It plays okay, and you kind of, I'm pretty sure this is a browser-based game, so you can, you know, just look up the browser on the website, check it out, get into it, you know, within 5 minutes. The tactic scroll can help you rule the world. Ah, oh, thank you, my good servant. And you know, these battle scenarios, like I've said before, like all these games are AFK-able while you watch a show or something, and I think they're just good enough to warrant being a nice AFK game, which I'm becoming like much more like accepting of it. Like I used to, like I think when I started checking out these kind of games, when I started wow, a couple months ago, I was so vehemently opposed to, you know, any kind of auto path or auto anything. But recently I've definitely come to seen, especially with people commenting, I've been like, yo man, I like playing this game. And it's like, what, you do? And then, you know, it kind of gets you into that thought process of why do they like this game. And it helps to understand that there is a fan base. There are people who want to play these kind of games. And I think this is one of those games where if you're interested in that AFK-ness, I mean, I would not advise this for full focus whatsoever. But if you need an AFK game, I think this is a great one to check out. It's not your typical, it does something different, and I like that. That's pretty much it. It's pretty good across the board. It's definitely a great AFK game. It does something different, unique. And like even like the drawing, you know, the new character is something different than what you usually see. But don't even take a second glance at the story and the writing, because it's just the worst I've ever seen, I think. But that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching.